explain. So the Sunshine Act says that if you accept anything of value over $10, it has to go on a public website. And it's specific to if you're accepting anything of value from pharmaceutical agencies or durable medical equipment. If it's more than $10, it has to go up on the website, and then your patients can look at the website and say, oh, you took $10, all right? Clinical nurse specialist, nurse anesthetist, and nurse midwife. Now, if you talk to any of the four, they have, again, their own very important history, background, credentials, and I know they would love to tell you about the difference between them. So I want to be respectful of that. For our purposes today, I'm using the word APN because it does encompass all of them. It's just a lot of words to say that every single time, okay? Well, first of all, I live in Texas, but I'm Yankee through and through. When my son was really little, we lived in Connecticut, I used to go to those pick-your-own raspberry farms with him, and he was about this big, and of course your raspberries are right here. Well, you know how you get that bucket and they weigh the bucket and that's how much you owe them for the raspberries? It used to crack me up because my kid had more raspberries in him than I had in my bucket. And I always thought they should weigh the kid going into the farm and weigh the kid coming out of the farm, and that's what they had to owe. So my fantasy is that with the Sunshine Law, they're going to put a scale at the beginning of the buffet, and then the doctor's going to go through, and then you have to weigh in at the end, and that's when you have to report it to the Sunshine Law. Oh, that is too funny. Now I'm going to be fascinated. I'm going to start looking at people's watches and seeing if they actually have the time on them. Samples are not for staff, not for the doctor's teenage kid, not for your brother-in-law that wants a Z-Pack before they go hunting, okay? This is why I started with the history lecture. It is not that advanced practice nurses are better than physician assistants. It's just that it was a lot easier to unhook them because they have their own board, their own history, right? Remember all that? Physician assistants are so incorporated in organized medicine, it's a little bit harder to unhook. You see what I'm trying to say? Although it's interesting, ever since this case hit, I'm a nerd. This is what I do 24/7 as I read these things. So I'm starting to hear little whispers, little reports coming up from physician assistants saying, well, we should be independent too. And the OAG has 4 times said, we catch you doing that absolutely with illegal as, absolutely. So again, a lot of people are doing this thinking like, well, no one's going to know this. I'm just wait. It'll hit. It'll hit. Without further notice. That's why they call it a notice. You might want to consider and take a pencil and paper and say something in there. Okay, you're in the office here, okay, because I can't do math. All right, so anyhow, I have, let's say, and I'm in Texas, so it has to be barbecue, right? You can only get barbecue in Texas. So let's say I'm bringing barbecue to an office of 6 people. 5 staff members, 1 physician. I spend $60. 6 people eating, $60, averages out to $10 a head. I have to report that the doctor ate barbecue. By the way, staff, chow down. You can eat as much as you want. They don't care about you. It's just if there's a doctor in the room. There were no pre-existing conditions, obviously, for Medicare before, but this addressed all the private insurance companies. So we got rid of pre-existing conditions. Now, if you buy insurance, there's only 2 criteria they can use on how much you're paying for insurance. It is your zip code and your age. Ladies, we're not dangerous anymore. You know we always paid more for insurance? Apparently we were very, very scary. A woman I've always paid more for insurance. And then he has that devastating accident. I'm quite confident he exhausted his insurance the first year. So after paying that premium all that time, when people most needed insurance, it was gone. They used to have like 1 million, maybe 2 million cap. You can go through like that, like crazy. So again, this disappeared. No lifetime cap on benefits for private insurance companies. Again, that's enormous.